is getting knocked out cold. It's Christmas time and the full KSI versus Dillon Danis boxing card has been announced. It's stacked from top to bottom and is one of the best YouTube boxing cards today. With this being said, ladies and gentlemen, today I'm going to be predicting all of these fights. What's going to happen, who's going to win, who's going to have more experience. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you the answers today. So yeah, consider this a Christmas present from me to you. So you won't even have to watch KSI versus Dillon Danis, which is $40 in America, by the way. $40. Whoa. This isn't KSI's fault, it's the zone. Apparently they're moving like Jake Paul these days. But yeah, comment all the way through this video, let me know what you think. But yeah, the first fight, Elbrook versus Faith Ordway. This is one of the best women's YouTube boxing fights since we saw Mink's fight on the Creator Clash event. But yeah, today I'm going to have to betray my English roots because I think the American Faith Ordway is going to win. My reasoning behind this is because if you watch Elbrook's fight, she won on unanimous decision, but it didn't really impress me. And considering her opponent only stepped in on a couple of weeks notice, and that was also her first fight, I just thought Elbrook would give a bit of a better performance. And we've seen Faith Ordway's footage. She does look like she's quite powerful and she looks very, very composed. And I feel like in this fight and a lot of the other fights, composure is one of the biggest things because obviously these guys are new to boxing. It takes years and years to be able to keep good composure. So whoever's learned that the quickest, I think they're going to have a big edge in the fight. And seeing how quickly Elbrook's last fight went from a boxing match to a slugfest, I just think Faith Ordway's movement is going to help her win this fight. But yeah, I predict a unanimous decision for Faith. I don't see her really hurting Elbrook as we've seen before she can take a punch. But yeah, I think Faith is going to win this fight through unanimous decision. Anthony Taylor versus Idris Virgo. This is one of the most underrated fights on the card, not including Tommy Fury, but both guys have made light work of their past opponents. And yeah, this looks like a pretty good matchup, but the answers lie in the opponents. In my opinion, I think the fact that Anthony's been boxing low-level influencer boxers and Idris has been boxing low-level boxers, I just feel like that's going to give Idris the upper hand. And boxing-wise, Idris does have more experience. So yeah, I do see Idris winning this through maybe a unanimous decision or late KO or TKO. Despite me saying this though, Anthony Taylor's MMA style and the fact that he's coming in like Mike Tyson trying to be a bit unorthodox, that could affect the fight and disrupt Idris's skill considering that he's only really fought boxers. But yeah, that's best case scenario for Anthony. But yeah, regardless, that fight's going to be a banger. Ryan Taylor versus Swarms. This is a goated fight, and despite the fact that the press conference is going to look like a scene out of Top Boy, I am very excited for this. If we look at Swarms, he's a guy who stepped in on late notice to fight KSI with no boxing talent or skill or experience or anything. He didn't have a fighting bone in his body and he kind of got messed up, but the fact that he made it to the second round shows that he does have a little something. But then, I mean, on the other hand, let's look at Ryan Taylor. He went out to war with Slim, and although he kind of did get dominated, he showed that he can find openings for himself and he can take a punch. So with this in mind, I just think Ryan Taylor's experience now, being that he's had 3 boxing fights, with one being a headbutt, but still he's had that experience walking out, and Swarms only having one, I just feel like Ryan's going to overwhelm Swarms early and probably stop it by TKO or KO in the first or second round. Although Swarms is the GOAT, he's out of his prime. A couple years ago, he was able to take on Muhammad Ali and Swarms in a 2v1, but now he won't even be able to make it out against Ryan Taylor. Face Temper versus his mystery opponent. I can't predict this fight, but I can predict who I think it's going to be, and I think it's either going to be Alex Wasabi, Anison Gibb, or Lewis Pineda. I just think this will get the biggest crowd reactions, and it will kind of maybe be a bit of a test for Temper. But yeah, I'm just going to brush past this, but if you want to see a video which kind of gives the answers to who it probably will be, go and watch the Wade Concepts new video. The link will be in my description. Joe Fournier versus Crystal Dulu. I think I'm saying that wrong. He sounds like a guy out of a Dr. Zeus book. But yeah, we know Joe Fournier. He has like a couple fights under his belt, a few KOs, and he went against David Haye. With these two, that experience is kind of unmatched. Although Crystal Dulu is a UFC fighter, I can't really find that much footage of him. And considering that Misfits want to make Joe Fournier versus KSI next, I don't think they'd throw Joe Fournier against a guy who's that tough. So this is a bit broad, but for that reason and that reason only, I think Joe Fournier is going to carry on the KO tradition and knock out this guy. Salt Puppy versus Josh Bruckner. This is going to be such a good fight. We've seen Salt Puppy, he has crazy hands, and we've seen Josh Bruckner, he is literally a tank. And one thing I can say about this fight, I don't think either men will be touching the ground. Salt Puppy's defense is amazing, and for that reason I don't think he's going to get put to the ground, and Josh Bruckner has the weight height advantage, and I just think it'll be hard for Salt Puppy to actually connect that clean shot on him. So yeah, that doesn't mean I don't think it'll be a competitive fight. I think it'll be really competitive. Both men have incredible composure, but unfortunately, just due to Josh Bruckner's extra experience, the weight and height advantages, I don't see Salt Puppy doing what he did to Andy Warski to Josh Bruckner. I think Salt Puppy will have a bit of success early, but as the fight goes on, I just think Josh will overwhelm him, use his weight on him, and yeah, I can see Josh winning this through unanimous decision. Slim versus Tom Zanetti. Tom Zanetti is getting knocked out cold. Don't get me wrong, I'm not one of those people who think this fight is stupid. I don't think it's stupid. I think Slim's going to fight Anison Gibb, and he needs as much experience under his belt as he can get. And Tom Zanetti, a guy who kind of comes from a combat sports background, not having a lot of fights but experience, I reckon that will make it a good fight. But the fact that Slim's found his range now, he knows what he's good at, the power he has is beautiful. Unlike other people, I don't think Tom Zanetti will be like Ryan Taylor at all. Considering that Slim and Tom Zanetti are going to be meeting at a mutual weight, which Slim and Ryan Taylor did not do. Ryan Taylor weighed so much more than Slim. I just think Slim is going to prove prove himself and knock out Tom Zanetti really early. Because even if Tom Zanetti is a tough man like Ryan Taylor, Slim literally knows how to defeat that now. And we've seen that style isn't the style that can beat Slim. It's the style that, yes, Slim finds harder to beat. I just think Slim's going to surprise a lot of people and knock him out again. KSI versus Dillon Danis, the main event. I don't think this fight's going to go the way KSI wants. I think KSI's going to win. I think he's going to do what Ariel Helwani did and make this a very clear win against Dillon Danis.
So which one is... Oh, that's Anthony, the short guy?
Wait, let me get my knockout in there too.
Okay.
Put my knockout in there.
What would have happened if that car wasn't there?
Stop it. I didn't even feel it.
But yeah, I just think because of Dillon's MMA background and the fact that he can use the clinch, his experience kind of against KSI. 5 times I have tried recording this video and this was the best you could get and I didn't even finish my sentence. But yeah, I think KSI's going to win by a late KO or just unanimous decision. I've got more reasoning why, but I've recorded this video 5 times. Each time it's corrupted or hasn't gone to plan. Although this is probably not the last video I'm going to make before the year, I just want to say thank you for all the support you've been giving me this year. It means so much. We're at 30,000 subscribers. That's crazy now. And because I gave you this Christmas present being a video, I hope you guys return the favour and subscribe to me so we can hit 100,000 subscribers in 1 hour. So yeah, like, subscribe, do all that stuff, and yeah, see you guys in a bit.